Rebesela Mafhungo wa SABC ubva pano Auckland Park, Johannesburg. Twi Mafhungo marwane nga chino chipinga kea.
The matter is adjourned to the 1st of February next year, 2027, for trial.
Tsengo ya milandu ya buwada ya tengeserana ya zuthavane ini yako weswa Presidente wa kale Jacob Zuma ikodota kucheza mwakani. Presidente Cyril Ramaphosa wabo fara rudongonga ofisao musiba chipindiro mbujiso butanoni la rushaka.
The President did take us into confidence about that particular matter, and what factors did he consider before he actually made that particular pronouncement.
Aba ofisiri bawani balihoro la ANC bako kumezera tekezo yabo ka Presidente Cyril Ramaphosa naho bo banakaturo ya kote yandayotewa. Inobege ingabamba zipere ka karangwa ya bora timu ya Mamelodi Sundowns. Nda limadekwana riba disera Mafhungo pano ka SABC 2 SABC Plus nakali hai. Presidente wa kale Jacob Zuma kati na kampani ya zuthavane ya shangwe la furaha ya Thales bango banadwala budi kote kurane ya Peter Marisbeck ngamra musi kumbera yabo ya uri batenderiwe wita katururo yo tuzerwa kure muhaturi bonkasinati khili bahatura abatkwimana mubuso he bahana kumbera ya babiri ya utodo imisatsengo iyo yono bahona mingwa minji ya milandu ya buwada katuro yi itwamboritsenge yi ikoto jena uvanga mwezi wa ruhui mwakani.
The matter is adjourned to the 1st of February next year, 2027, for trial, and it is set to run for 2 terms. It is directed that Mr. Zuma and a representative of Thales are to appear in court on the 1st of February next year, 2027.
Mirado ya mahoro au mkontuwesi Party Economic Freedom Fighters katina African Transformation Movement abo vabatu abutanoni la rushaka abaziko gwara belori Presidente Cyril Ramaphosa abasangwamba na butano. Presidente Ramaphosa aboyapo butanoni upindura mbujiso rauto toma ngamra wa katuro ya bege yoperao ya kote yandayotewa.
As the EFF, we had made it very clear that Phala will never die as long as we are here. We are here today because the EFF had taken the matter to court. If it was not for the EFF, Gesma Namhlanje, President is speaking freely.
Thank you. What we are having now is that we have a crisis of a speaker that wants to treat this situation as if it is business as usual. On Friday, the Constitutional Court ruled that the President must be subjected to impeachment. What that effectively means, there is sufficient grounds for him to be impeached. There is enough evidence for him to be impeached. Now, this is the first time the House is meeting after that ruling. Not even the Speaker is taking the nation into its confidence to say, as Parliament, we have formally charged the President, because an impeachment committee means the President is being charged.
Thina ke besizozela ukuto debate la kodwa ke cacile ukuthi Speaker sihambisana no ANC yaso asikho fair iSpeaker.
Mosizo derero chipinga cha Presidente Cyril Ramaphosa bapindura mbujiso butanoni la rushaka chopeza chosika na hochorenga maoro arana chibaro otoma njowe atkobya Presidente basongwamba zuroni ilo fizi na ozoraro Presidente bopeza bopindura mbujiso idzo zwingwe zoba zuyamba ndizori badopande upandero habo Minister wa muhasho wa mrejiso ya ndondoro bo CCC tolashe buimoni habo Jeniswa Minister ofarerao bosindisiwe chikunga.
I had a discussion with the minister and gave her an opportunity to set out her case. Now, having considered all these submissions by the minister and mindful of the conduct expected of members of the executive, I have decided to remove the minister from the position of Minister of social development in terms of Section 91(2) of the Constitution. Now, an announcement to this effect was made by my office earlier today, and in her stead, I've appointed an acting minister. Minister Chikunga will act while I give further consideration to what should happen in that portfolio.
Abaofisiri barwane ba rushaka ba lehoro la ANC ba ko temendana mambiwa presidente wa shango Cyril Ramaphosa musi ba chiamba na rushaka mathomani abege ba mbauri abangadodirura mushumo zisumbedza babaranga phanda ba rushaka ba ANC bachikwimba rwimbo ruti kapungweli lelapandekanya lehoro mingwa mina yopelao ngambrawo viswa mubigo wa chigwada chechaba chotiwa cha section 89 mwale murwane wa ANC bofikile mbalula bari zoba azizwande mauri presidente bambe na rushaka morgana na bwimo habo kapungwelo
lihoro la ANC likotikedza chothe president walo une bari ukadiba bone ambadzipfele khalihoro sabone mrangaphanḓa wa shango president Cyril Ramaphosa bachiamba na rushaka mathomoni ya vege vosumbesori abangadodirula mushumo zwichikwa mafhungo la phalaphala lela humisela muraho parliamentary uri lela veleswe nga huswa.
The officials agreed with the president about that. The president did take us into confidence about that particular matter and what factors did he consider before he actually make that particular pronouncement. And we will we will outline all the factors that we believe that the president was correct in pronouncing on whether or not he should stay or go. And in this particular instance, we believe it was good for the president to do that in the best interest of South Africa and stability of our country. As there was nothing that in terms of the judgment warranted the president to resign.
Valihoro la ANC na president Ramaphosa vari vakudilugiselo imedzana na fungo ili la muvigo wa phalaphala wa section 89 usvika mapheleledzo ni azvo.
There are no daggers out for the president to resign. There are opportunistic elements in this regard in our society who have jumped into the calls that the president, and that is not something new.
Mushumo wa vumbiwa komiti ine yakodosedzulusa zva ubviswa president chidzuloni wonota kuchedza.
Commission ya tsedzuluso ya madlanga yopfuri chiwo cha uthubiwa zvidzivadzi pala Alton Chipembe a Johannesburg mingwa mitano yopelao hoba una butumani na hungu uthubiwa zvidzivadzi nga mwedzi wa Fuli mwa wa 2022 izindu ya nga mukoloneli wa polisa bonkwana Joseph Sivula beba fara mapolisa bararu bana bafi boba bachikukwameya kha zvidzivadzi izo za Alton.
Colonel, can you then read into the record paragraph 20, because I think you've dealt with it in some ways.
Paragraph of my
20 of your statement, yes.
On the cell phone record of Tumelunga found suspicious communication which says the police must not intercept this consignment like the one happened in this bingo on the 2021-06-22, and Tumelo will then raise the same concern with Mashaba, who will promise that they will be safe. There was also a photo that shows it was taken from Apollonia ship that arrived in Durban from Sao Paulo, Brazil that week.
Sorry, what was the photo?
On Tumelungu, there was a photo of the yellow jersey truck,
okay,
but I'm not having it here. But those photos were the yellow jersey truck, the container.
Vasungo tuchira kure ria buya zino uskari. Perkodoba po ubatanganiza pano ka SABC 2 SABC Plus nakali hai. Presidente wa shango la Amerika wa Donald Trump bange Beijing hunaba kufara nyambezano kurane na Presidente wa shango la China wa Xi Jinping zose zao kaubia zizabo shaka bukati ya mashango ya mabiri ani abana ekonomi kurane sa lipasini mwatangano yuwa madua mabiri wasezesa kama kwebo sirarezo kati na teknoloji bukati ya mashango ya mabiri.
President wa la United States wa Donald Trump na President wa la China wa Xi Jinping votumana nyambezano fala Beijing kazuna ivasa ukanyi vazuta sa mtangano wa ndeme vukati ya mashango aya maviri.
When we cooperate, both sides benefit. When we confront each other, both sides suffer. We should be partners rather than adversaries, achieving mutual success and common prosperity.
Vo Trump vani vakodera shango la China rauto tama upangango wa gidimbiri fumisumbe vo ulisa vranga panda vo Xi he vasumbedza uvana fulufelo la vushaka chumisano ya aya mashango ine ya dovela panda.
There are those that say this is maybe the biggest summit ever. They can never remember anything like it. It's, I can say in the United States, people aren't talking about anything else. But it's an honor to be with you. It's an honor to be your friend. And the relationship between China and the USA is going to be better than ever before.
Mutangano yu kodokatira Mafhungo fumbana naho ane akatira tenderano ya makwebo ndwa zange kala Iran katina zune shango la Amerika la kurengisira shango la Taiwan zithabane.
Kote yandeotiwa yoba izikotecheresa kane zano zineza kwa marali dokotera wonali pama kudumana wobwiswa pano hayani uva Tanzania ramurayo. Ramirayo wa magudumana advocate wa Anton Katz varu wiswa wa magudumana azongo chimbizwa ngandrea murayo aba wa magudumana kati na mfuno wabo wotabo beste wo farirwa Arusha mingwami raru yoperaho ngamrawu hamimwezi erina chibaro musi bachikoshaba zwisitebera unenga jere abo besta jere ya mangaunga mwezi wa shindunture mingwami na yoperaho.
Chief Justice, what the court is dealing with is what we would submit as a classic and clear case of an unlawful, unconstitutional disguised extradition. And in order to appreciate what this concept of a disguised extradition is, we would submit at first principle one looks at what is an extradition and what is something else. And I'll use the something else for light and deportation. And we say that an extradition is a bilateral event between two states, a requesting and a requested state. And the requesting state requests the requested state to surrender in extradition a particular individual who is on the territory of the requested state for criminal purposes. And I use criminal purposes loose hand to say whether either to serve a sentence or to stand trial. But in every extradition, it constitutes an agreement between two states. And we want to emphasize agreement. Unlike in the immigration context, where some states feel, justifiably under international law when we accept it, that there are certain foreigners who are present in their state who the state wants to have rid of. They're undesirable, they're obnoxious, they don't deserve to be there, they have the wrong permit. This court has dealt with immigration issues over many years.
Vazhinji lambiriziswa yavaswa kana NYDA vari chimira zote zineza tusa vaswa dzisongova mbadelo na nti uchikatirwa na data za mahara va NYDA vorula tari mingwa ya futanu ya urera migwerabo kana ererwa migwerabo ya vaswa ya Soweto ya ngwa wagida tae fusumberati.
Young people are unemployed because they don't have the energy to go and participate in public participation issues or when municipalities are doing IDPs. But as the NYDA, we have our program, which is the National Youth Service Program. That is where we educate young people on the importance of participating in those processes. Because as the current and the future leaders of the country, we're not going to be able to inherit a country that we have not actively participated in building. That's why in our different programs and activities, we encourage young people to participate in our NYS program. There we teach them about different things, patriotism, income, civil education, and all those particular things. But the reason why young people of this particular generation are not participating is because they're despondent, they're unemployed, they're poor, they're living below the poverty line. Some of them don't even have data to know of those particular processes because majority of them, they're posted online. And data in South Africa is very expensive. Young people don't afford that. So that's why the NYT, with the center of saying that services that relate to young people must be data free, and services that relate to young people on issues of funding and job opportunities must be provided at a zero-rated approach. That is why we're working with the Minister Solimaliza to ensure that we provide those particular services.
Zazinobatsira mapunga zwa ekonomi una randa ya bonalo dzika musi chivambedzwa na mamwe masheleni marwane alipasi. Dollar rand is 16 rands 42, bond on the 22 rands 18 cent, euro on the 19 rands 22, pula ya Botswana on the 1 rand 15 cent. Mikobe palagis ipasi. Kasverezwa kanda kalitori kasvereza musuku 24,689, platinum 2,068, ngena oil isingo kiswa ondi 105.50 ngafagi. Inobege ingaba yandeme kakanwa ya bora timu ya Mamelodi Sundowns timu ini afi the Brazilians idoba echikopulupera wana mvelelo zabudi mutamuli wayo wa utoma wa makora chere chipuga cha Bugwena Africa kana CAF Champions League na timu ya FAR Rabat ya Morocco. Mutambo yu udotamela rwanda ni Loftus Versfeld Durbuni ya Pretoria ngasonda.
Sundowns ikhudiwana ikawime una ayengu budowela. Obalora ngo-2 ziphuka zwaphana ayani lothoma uvanga ngwa wa 2013 zingaithe uri babalora ngo-2 league ine ibonala ichinga ido yakha Orlando Pirates mutamba vukati Jaden Adams ukhaḓivha fulufhelo la uri vha nga tsireledza tshipuka cha league na ukunda tshipuka cha Champions League ukunda Champions League zwi ḓo ita uri vha dovhe vha swikelela tournament ya FIFA Club World Cup.
Yeah, there's still hope. You know, we're still top of the lock, so the pressure is on them. So yeah, and if we win, we qualify for the Club World Cup. You know, massive achievement for us.
Sundowns ukundwa kama makhaulakani a tournament inazikotewekana uchikatona makhaulakani a Champions League musi vachikundwa nga timu ya Pyramids ya Egypt. The Brazilians utamana AS FAR Rabat lubili hayani na nda evatamba ulingana mitamboni ya zigwadagwada kana group stage. Mutama murawo Divine Lunga uri bokuta zvoichika mitambo ya Champions League.
We have learned like so much, like how the game is played in Champions League. It's not they're not playing like most open game. So we try even like to go 50-50 because usually as we normally want to play them, they don't want to play, they want to score on and then they defend. So I think we have learned so much in Champions League how the game are being played. So I think like we're gonna do our best like to try like and match them because we played them last season. So I think we know them best, so I think this season we're gonna try like to do our best.
Sundowns ukorwa zikoro zasumbe mitambo miviri yopirawo ya league zvina zvasive zvithu zvavudi kati mina ikho yotamba ka tournament ine yalangwa nanga zikoro za nda mutamba kati Nuno Santos uri padolero ulukisa dzithaitso dzawo dza murawo.
We have to review with the coaches what's wrong, what mistakes that we do that we don't want to repeat, and then train to get better at that point in specific and move on.
Mutama murawo Grant Kekana utova asiyo kha mutambo uyo wa uthoma mapheloni aveke saizo o iledziwa ngeno Keanu Cupido kusapulupedzisi arali achidotamba saizo o huvhala kha mutambo wa Kaizer Chiefs. Ndakalo Sitsula, SABC News, Lorkopin Midrand.
Aiwa ala musiri ya gazane pa adho madiko na budi ndende.